Okay, let's unpack your sources on Flight 353. It's quite a story you've laid out.
It really is.
What jumps out immediately is how this intense personal tragedy for Joe Carpenter.
Losing his whole family.
Right. How that spirals into this massive corporate conspiracy, hidden abilities, fight for survival. You've really mapped out the core narrative here. So our mission in this deep dive is to really get into your information, find those key moments, connect the dots.
Yeah, try to make sense of it all.
Exactly. Give you, the listener, a clearer picture of what might be going on under the surface of this whole thing.
And what's really fascinating looking through your notes is how these, well, seemingly random events in Joe's life, they're presented as the exact trigger needed to uncover something much bigger, much darker, and incredibly complicated.
So we're pulling from personal accounts. You found those clandestine documents.
And that really chilling audio transcript.
Right. To show a reality that's, well, stranger than fiction, isn't it?
It definitely pushes those boundaries. It's sort of an exploration into how grief itself becomes this investigative tool.
Forcing him to peel back the layers.
Yeah, layers of this huge global mystery.
So we'll be digging into the raw emotion, the clues that don't quite fit.
The really perplexing stuff.
And these, frankly, astonishing revelations facing Joe Carpenter. We'll look at the evidence you've detailed, the forces pushing against him.
Relentless forces.
And it all points to the central question, doesn't it? What happens when your deepest pain actually opens a door to a completely new understanding of existence? Terrifying, but also kind of miraculous.
A potent mix.
So your journey for us starts with Joe Carpenter, a man living in just constant anguish.
Raw anguish is how you put it.
You highlight how exactly 1 year ago today, August 15th, nationwide Flight 353 just falls out of the sky.
And he takes his wife, Michelle, and his 2 daughters, Chrissy, 7, and Nina, who was only 4.
And the key thing, as you emphasize, is that Joe wasn't on the plane.
Right. Making him the quote-unquote sole survivor of his family.
But that fact becomes a torment, not a relief.
Exactly. His grief, it manifests in these intense anxiety attacks. You describe this terrifying sensation of falling.
Ugh.
The smell of acrid smoke, phantom screams, all apparently as vivid as if he were there.
And he won't take medication for it?
No. Your notes say he preferred to feel the pain. He saw it as all he had, which really tells you something about his mental state.
Wow. That level of torment is hard to grasp. Your sources show him torturing himself with these exhausting fevers of imagination.
Constantly reliving it, his family being hammered into ruin against the anvil of the earth. That's a powerful phrase from your material.
It is. And even a year on, the anniversary just crushes him.
The overwhelming gravity, you called it.
So he goes to Santa Monica Beach looking for some kind of numbness in the ocean.
Just desperate for peace,
Yeah.
right? Before he could even face visiting their graves.
And those tiny infant-sized caskets you mentioned for fragmented remains, just brutal.
It's incredibly bleak.
But even there, in that moment of total vulnerability, your notes show he's already being watched.
Yes. That's where the first hint of something more sinister creeps in. It suggests this isn't just about his tragedy.
You noted 2 teenage boys, surprisingly savvy.
Right. They warn Joe he's being watched by men who stink of cops so bad.
Not just casual glances either.
No, you described 2 guys in Hawaiian shirts, one with binoculars, one with a walkie-talkie, clearly observing him.
And your material shows Joe, he's a former crime reporter, so he has some instincts.
But he dismisses it at first.
Yeah, but then it escalates fast. He goes into a public restroom and just lashes out.
In this shocking display of suppressed rage. Assaults a man over basically nothing.
Your sources say this violence is new for him. It astonished himself.
Yet he felt more alive than he had been in a year.
It's disturbing, yeah, but also maybe priming him for what comes next. Shows how loss and anger can change someone.
Absolutely. And the surveillance, it's not exactly subtle after that.
No, you described 2 stunning young women in bikinis.
Also, clearly out of place. They seem to be part of the watch team, too.
Their behavior, too giggly and girlish, you noted it felt calculated.
Like a diversion, designed to make them seem like unlikely operatives.
So by this point, Joe knows. This isn't a mistake.
No doubt, he is definitely a target.
Then comes the real turning point in your narrative. He gets an anonymous note. I have been trying to reach you, Joe. My life depends on your discretion. I was aboard Flight 353.
And it's signed Rose Tucker, which is just chilling.
Yeah, quite the bombshell is right. Because officially,
Everyone on 353 was dead. It defies all logic.
But you point out a memory clicks for Joe. A thug back at the cemetery.
In a white panel van, yeah. He'd ask Joe, did you get Rose?
So that confirms it. Rose Tucker is real.
Not just real, but hunted by the same people watching Joe. Suddenly, she's not just a name on a note. She's real and she's in danger.
And speaking of that van, Joe's encounter there, as you describe it, is explosive.
He finds it kitted out, electronic gear, eavesdropping stuff, tracking equipment.
And sees his own car being tracked on a map, a transponder.
Yeah. Your notes ID the van belonging to MedSped, Inc.
Which was bought by Teknologik, Inc.
Right. This massive corporation you depict with ties to mercenaries.
And seemingly endless secret funding. This is where the personal tragedy really slams into a corporate thriller.
That's exactly it. And the information you provided shows Rose Tucker has been busy.
Visiting other Flight 353 families.
Yes. Showing them photos of gravestones, telling them they'll see.
And what follows is horrific.
It is. Joe learns one woman, Nora Vidance, committed suicide, self-immolation, and she videotaped it.
Oh my God.
And then he witnesses the horrifying, quote, suicides of Charlie Delman and Lisa Pecatone.
Rose's college roommate and friend.
Right. They also died violently right after Rose visited them.
Okay, wait. When you put these together, Nora's death, then Charlie and Lisa dying violently just after Rose visits.
It doesn't sound like suicide anymore, does it?
No, it screams something else. What does the source material suggest is really going on? What did Rose tell them?
Well, your notes strongly suggest these are murders. Calculated hits.
To silence them.
Exactly. Silence anyone exposed to whatever Rose is revealing, which must be incredibly dangerous.
The Delmans and Lisa were telling Joe that Rose brought something that would change all of us forever, change the world.
And Lisa apparently suggested Teknologik is like this unstoppable singularity company.
Meaning?
Like it's becoming so powerful, so pervasive, it's almost its own entity, backed by billions.
From a generous partner, maybe government, military.
That's the implication. The scale of the conspiracy you've outlined is just immense.
So the absolute critical question then, based on your notes, what did Rose reveal? What's so dangerous it gets people killed like this?
Well, Joe's pursuit leads him to Barbara Kreisman,
The former NTSB investigator for the flight.
right. And, you know, she confirms key evidence vanished, and she was threatened for asking too many questions.
So official cover-up, basically.
Seems like it. And Barbara's testimony, as you outlined, adds another really chilling layer.
The crash itself.
Yeah. She describes 353's last moments. Catastrophic.
Yeah.
Straight down, head-in impact.
And the cockpit voice recorder.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
In a suspicious lab fire that also killed the analyst who'd listened to it.
Convenient.
Very. But Barbara kept a handwritten transcript.
Ah, crucial detail. A direct link, even fragmented, to those last moments.
Vital. Yes.
And the material you provided says that while the transcript has the pilot's final words,
Chilling words.
it's Rose who gives the absolutely terrifying context.
Right. She reveals Project 99.
This clandestine operation involving the boy thing.
Yes, a psychic entity, designated 8958.
And this asset, as your notes call him, confined.
Completely. In something like an iron lung. Encased, catheterized, IV fed, subjected to torturous punishments and limited rewards. It's a truly grotesque image you paint. It really is.
Yeah.
And your notes detail his capabilities. They're terrifying.
Two main abilities.
Remote viewing, seeing distant places, and wet missions,
Wet missions.
where he eliminates people by taking over their minds and bodies.
What? So he's like a remote-controlled assassin?
Essentially, a living weapon, guided by handlers using cameras, mics, satellite tracking. It's dark,
Yeah.
incredibly dark application of psychic power.
And here's the twist in the listener's notes that just floors me. Rose reveals the target on Flight 373.
The target for the boy thing.
Wasn't just her. It was Joe's 4-year-old daughter, Nina.
Yeah.
Why? What was so important about Nina even then?
You highlighted the critical detail. Nina, even as a 4-year-old, had her own power. Unfathomable power.
What did she do?
In that last moment, the penultimate moment before impact, Nina transported herself and Rose
Transported them where?
into what your sources call a silent, bright blueness, a dimension outside of space and time.
Wow.
She held them there through the entire crash, through the cataclysmic destruction.
And that's how they survived.
Yes, this incredible, instinctive act saved them, but it left Nina traumatized, unable to speak.
That completely changes everything about the crash. It wasn't just an accident with a strange survivor.
Not at all. It was a targeted attack, thwarted by a child's impossible ability.
So once this truth is out, the chase is really on. Joe is target number 1 for Teknologik now.
Absolutely. Your notes detail some harrowing encounters. That violent fight on the beach with Teknologik ops.
And one of the most chilling bits you provided. The boy thing possessing Louis Tucker, Rose's ex.
Yes. Causing him to self-immolate. Forcing Joe to kill him, to stop it. Agonizing.
And the boy thing just keeps going.
It jumps hosts. You detailed how it uses a hog to attack Nina, then a coyote.
Joe gets hurt defending her.
But then, another miracle. Nina touches his wounds and they heal instantly.
So her power isn't just transportation. She can heal too.
It seems so. Reveals another facet of her gift, which is clearly evolving. This whole ordeal isn't just changing Joe, it's awakening something in Nina.
So, as you've laid it all out, this whole journey just fundamentally changes Joe.
Completely. That debilitating grief starts to shift.
Replaced by
What?
a need for justice.
Justice for his family, yeah. And this fierce need to protect Nina. He finds purpose again. He's not just a victim anymore.
It's a powerful transformation you describe. He realizes Nina's survival, her abilities. They're pulling him back.
Out of himself and back to life, as you put it. Allowing him to enjoy simple things again, like food. A small detail, but it says a lot.
It really does. Shows him reconnecting.
Exactly. So what this all leads to, according to your final notes, 2 years after the crash, Joe is a different person.
He and Nina are on the run.
Yep. Traveling with some kind of underground network, spreading the word about Nina's power.
And Joe, who felt so lost, no faith, now he has this deep understanding of a hidden world.
A world where human will, these extraordinary abilities, they clash with these shadowy powers trying to control everything. It's quite a conclusion from the material you shared.
This deep dive, based on your sources about Flight 353, it really takes us way beyond just an airline crash, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Into corporate crime, covert ops, and the frankly astonishing idea of psychic abilities being real.
It definitely challenges how you see reality, what's possible, makes you think about hidden forces maybe shaping our world.
And Joe Carpenter's journey, as you've laid it out, it's really a testament to the human spirit, isn't it? How people can transform even after unimaginable loss.
His search for truth, finding out about Nina's survival and power, it pulls him from rock bottom, that 0 point of grief.
Into this world that's both terrifying and, in a strange way, full of wonder.
So if we connect this back to the big picture your sources paint, the idea that a company like Teknologik,
with its huge hidden resources, its monstrous assets,
could actually orchestrate something so devastating and then actively cover it up, it raises a huge question.
Definitely.
In a world where that kind of power can operate in the dark, how much of our reality is actually ours? And what other extraordinary things, dangerous things maybe, abilities, entities might be out there, just beyond what we normally see, waiting to be found or controlled?
Something to truly consider, isn't it?